Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube Channel. Good morning. Hope you're all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification or the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or on the internet. In the last 3 episodes of Know Your Personality segment, we considered the influences of compulsion and avoidance of your Enneagramic self as an Enneagram Type 6 person, how they affect your relationship with others, how they prevent you from living your positive traits, and provided a short self-examination questionnaire to help you understand your avoidance and compulsion better and to lessen their impact on yourself and on your relationships. In this episode, we focus our attention on the type 6 personality of Enneagramic-Jesus, namely Jesus as a loyalist skeptic, taking into consideration Jesus' thinking, words, and actions as presented in the Gospels. Firstly, like any other type 6 person, type 6 Enneagramic-Jesus was a man of great responsibility. His sense of responsibility often found expression in his loyalty and devotion to people who were part of his life and groups to which he belonged. He was constant in his loyalty to everyone to whom he was called to be loyal. During his public life, he spent all his energy to contribute what he could do in accomplishing his mission of building up the quality of life of his religion and to enhance the value and worth of his people. His devotion and loyalty knew no bounds, as he expressed them even to the extent of giving up of his life by dying on the cross. Thus, the greatest expression of Jesus' personal responsibility and loyalty to his mission is seen in his offering of himself for crucifixion in order to accomplish his Father's plan for the salvation of humankind. It is to this truth Cephas ironically referred to when he said that it is better for one man to die than for the whole nation to perish. In explaining this statement, St. John in his Gospel says that Jesus died to bring into unity the scattered children of Israel. John 11:49-52. Secondly, type 6 Enneagramic-Jesus' great sense of responsibility, loyalty, and devotion to people and to his community was always governed by his responsibility, loyalty, and devotion to God his Father, whose promised gift he was to the Jews as God's chosen people. Jesus liked to think of himself simply as the faithful servant of God. That is why he said of himself, he had come not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Mark 10:45. Likewise, Jesus accepted his life as the fulfillment of the scriptures with all the demands it made on him. Jesus showed a great responsibility in accomplishing everything God wanted him to do in the accomplishment of the scriptures. John 19:28-30. Although Jesus' heart opened out to the whole world of nations, he wanted to remain faithful to the scriptures that spoke of him as the Messiah, the gift of God to Israel. For this reason, when he heard that Greeks were interested in talking with him, he did not even consider fleeing with them to escape his impending arrest. Instead, he saw it as a sign that time has arrived to give himself over to death. John 12:20-22. Since he knew from the scriptures that salvation was to come to the Gentiles only through his death as a sacrifice to God, he knew well from the scriptures that it was not he but his disciples are to carry out mission of salvation to the Gentiles. Thirdly, type 6 Enneagramic-Jesus, besides being responsible and loyal to his heavenly Father and accomplishing the will of the Father expressed through the scriptures, was also faithful and committed to the whole Jewish law. That's why Jesus says, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have come not to abolish them, but to fulfill them." Matthew 5:17 to 20. St. Paul expresses this aspect of type 6 Enneagramic-Jesus by saying that Jesus was born a subject of the law. Galatians 4:4. Jesus totally fulfilled the demands of the Mosaic law in his life, that he could even say that no one could ever convict him of any sin. John 8:46. As a matter of fact, those who arrested Jesus because of jealousy could not find any evidence of wrongdoing Jesus committed to present before the Sanhedrin. They had to rely on false witnesses who twisted the words of Jesus to say that he would destroy the temple, Mark 14:58, that he opposed paying taxes to Caesar, and that he called himself a king, Luke 23:2. Fourthly, type 6 Enneagramic-Jesus' great sense of responsibility, loyalty, and devotion also found expression in a very special way to those who were the closest to him, who belonged to his inner circle. Jesus expressed a great sense of responsibility towards his disciples by his love, care, and concern for them. Out of his dedication and loyalty towards his chosen disciples, he left his home, his carpenter's shop, and all his possessions in order to spend all his time with them. He expressed this very much in the farewell discourse, John chapters 13 to 17, in a number of ways. In a special way, Jesus expressed his care and concern for his disciples by saying that it was for them he was giving up his life. He says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends. I no longer call you servants, for everything I have learned from my Father I have made known to you." John 15:13 to 15. Similarly, Jesus shows his responsibility and devotion to his mother before his death. As he hung on the cross, he saw his mother standing at the foot of the cross. Out of his loyalty as a son towards her, he asked his favorite and beloved disciple John to take his place in being a son after he was gone. He says to Mary, "Woman, here is your son," and to John, "Here is your mother." And from that time on, the disciple took her into his home. John 19:25 to 27. Only when Jesus had fulfilled all his obligations and responsibilities towards people whom he was loyal to could he allow himself to die. John 19:30. Though type 6 Enneagramic-Jesus was consistent in being responsible and loyal to people, to his mission, and to the accomplishment of the plan of his heavenly Father, he, unlike a typical Enneagram type 6 person, did not allow himself to fall into the trap of seeking ultimate security from the external observance of the law. For Jesus never was bound by the letter of the law, never acted out of human respect, and never acted due to fear or win others' favor. Despite his compulsion of conformity to authority and avoidance of deviance, Jesus always acted with inner freedom. Type 6 Enneagramic-Jesus was not only a man of responsibility and devotedness, but also a man of inner freedom. In the next episode, we will elaborate on what helped Jesus to bring a sense of balance between being a man of responsibility and a man of inner freedom. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.